some special athletes at the quarterback position, and as you can see here, Lamar Jackson taking Baltimore and the league by storm. Steve, I don't know which Jackson is your favorite, but this one is mine. This sign, it's battle-tested, just like this team, and Lamar Jackson, he only needs 23 rushing yards tonight to surpass Michael Vick as the league's most rushing quarterback in a season. That's insane. At the AFC, the Ravens are the 1 seed. That's never happened before. New England, Kansas City, and Houston are your other division leaders. And Buffalo and Pittsburgh, who, by the way, play each other on Sunday night, are the 2 wild cards in the AFC. The Bills, they're trying to bounce back from a loss to these Ravens last week, one of 9 straight wins for Baltimore. Quite a stretch. You can see the last 6 there on your screen against the Patriots, Texans, Rams, Niners, and the Bills, all playoff caliber teams. So, Joe, which team is the Ravens' biggest challenger?
Well, it's going to be the Chiefs, because the only way that we know to be able to beat these Ravens is if you have an explosive offense, if you're able to get up big early in this game and kind of force the Ravens out of their comfort zone, which is running the football. The Chiefs played in week 3. They had a 23-6 lead at halftime. They were able to coast in for a 33-28 victory. And the Chiefs offense, they're first in points per game, yards per game, and yards per play. So they're explosive and they can score with this Ravens offense.
Steve?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's all I heard. I was like I was talking about offensive line play. I was talking about scoring and receivers, all these things that you like.
True, this is true.
All the selfish players. Come on, you got to love that stuff.
Anyway, so who is the biggest challenge? The Baltimore Ravens are their biggest challenge. They cannot allow the success in this 9-game winning streak, count today as 10, to get in the way of themselves. They have to still stay to the plan, which is go to the playoffs. Let that legend grow of Lamar Jackson in January and February. You know what that's like? No. So just allowing all of these things to come to you and stay the course. I'm just joking, Joe. Don't be victim.
So much shade.
Okay.
I think we have the same number of Super Bowl rings, so I'm okay. You can keep these.
Super twins.
So in years past, it would usually be talk about the Patriots, but the AFC, they've obviously gone through New England basically the last 20 years. It seems like the last 100 years. And Tom Brady, he's still a top 10 quarterback according to Pro Football Focus, but the skill players around him, not the same. One of the worst rushing attacks overall, just a below average group right now. Time for Freshly Served, presented by McDonald's. And Irv, do you see things the same way as Pro Football Focus? Will the supporting cast keep New England from reaching the Super Bowl? Don't kill the messenger.
Well, no, listen, and maybe it's me. Maybe I just work too much because I do 3 shows a week.
Humble brag.
I'm so tired of hearing everybody blame everything on the supporting cast. Listen, Tom Brady, greatest to ever play the game at quarterback position, and he has raised the level of play of players all the time. Now this year, let's focus on Tom Brady. Now, let me tell you what happens. We watch Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning play outside, inside. Tom Brady plays the game inside. Look at these throws right here. Look at this. Okay, look, you know how hard it is to fight a guy off and then have to get low to get that ball. That ball's thrown low and away.
Well, he didn't catch that with his eyes anyway.
He did not. And look at this right here. Right. You got to put that ball on this kid a little bit more. Remember, raise the level of your supporting cast. These are plays that Tom Brady are accustomed to making. He makes Julian Edelman leave his feet and go get this ball. Well, if he puts that ball on him, maybe Julian Edelman scores. I'm not saying that Tom Brady is done. I'm saying the little things, the perfection that Tom used to play this game with is just a little bit off. And it's hard for us to sit and fathom that maybe it's not just the guys around him, that it may be also him. I just want us to make sure we spread the blame the right way, like we spreading bread, spreading butter on bread. Let's cover it all. And some Tom, he deserves some of the blame.
Well, I disagree with you in this case, Irv, in this regard. When I look at the punt return, who do they have punt returning? Mohamed Sanu. Mohamed Sanu was an outstanding athlete in high school. In college, he played running back, played basketball. And what is he doing for the New England Patriots? He's catching punts. Usually, the New England Patriots have been notoriously known for all 3 phases of football.
Right.
They are no longer being worried about all 3 phases of football. They're using their special teams. Hey, let's just catch it. That you don't supposed to just catch it. You put a guy back there that could give you some wiggle room, that could give you some explosive plays. The problem with the New England Patriots right now is the cast of characters they have outside of Julian Edelman are not what we think they are. They are middle of the road and average and below average, other than these two guys that I'm mentioning.
Yeah, but we talked about that for years. We talked about that for years.
But those guys were better.
And Tom raised their level. All I'm saying is Tom's not being able to raise the level of these guys because he's just a little bit off of that perfection that these guys aren't there.
Who is their number 2 receiver at this point? It's like James White. I mean, Joe, are they able to keep up with teams like the Ravens, like the Chiefs with this offense?
Yeah, it's true that Tom Brady has slipped a little bit because he's getting a little bit older, but it's not that significant. The reason we're all noticing it right now, it comes down to 2 things. No Gronk and no run game. That's allowed the defenses to focus in on the middle of the field passing game, which they've been so good at, but just tiny little bits and misses on his throws now are becoming exasperated because you've got no run game to back it up. You've got no Gronk to bail you out if you miss a throw by just a little bit because they don't have the supporting cast that can make those big plays like they have in the past.
But Gronk don't have 6 rings, so he's had success before Gronk and before a run game. Gronk doesn't have 6 rings. Let's be real here. So the reality is that we need Tom to do what he's always done and raise the level of this supporting cast, and us stop talking only about the supporting cast and say, Tom, do what you've been doing forever, and he's not doing that right now. I love him more than anybody, just as much as you guys, but he has to do what he's been doing, and we're going to keep